This is Redemption Song by Bob Marley. And the opening lick there is pretty easy to play, but the key to it is instead of playing the straight notes, there's a lot of little subtle hammer-ons, very quick, subtle hammer-ons. Basically, you're just going to kind of play the notes out of the G chord in the G major scale, and you're going to start on the G, the 6th string, 3rd fret, up to the A string. And then you're going to play the B note on the 2nd fret of the A string. So, but you're going to hammer that on instead of pick it. So instead of this, I'm going to hammer that note on. So I'm just going to pluck. My right hand is just only going to pluck once on the A. And then my fingers are going to play that note. And then back down to the G. And then from the B, he's going to hammer onto the C. 2nd to 3rd fret. Then going into the D string, play the D note and hammering on the E. So from the open D, 2nd fret, E note. So the whole thing. And then D, the open D again, and then down to the 2nd fret B of the A string. 5th string. Just like that. And then goes through a second time from G, G, hammer on the B, up to the D, open D, and then from the B of the 5th string, you're just going to hammer on the C, B, A, down to the 6th string for the G. So putting those two parts together, the whole thing so far. And then it repeats that again. Pretty much the exact same thing. The only difference is the second time through is his ending. Instead of playing that, instead of starting on the B and hammering on the C and then going down back to the G, he's just going to walk down starting from the C. So the second time through it sounds like this. Okay, so that's the intro lick there. And then the chords you're going to start, the chords you need to know: G, E minor, C, A minor, D. And there's also a transition note he plays in there. From the C to the A minor chords, you're going to hear the bass note walking down from C, B to A. And so all you got to do is from the C chord, my second finger is just going to drop down. My second finger right now in the C chord is playing the 4th string, 2nd fret, E note. It's just going to drop down one string to the 5th string, 2nd fret, to play that B note. And that's it. And these two fingers can come off. So from the C to the A minor. So it's just a little transition chord there. To kind of walk down the bass line. So the chord progression from the beginning. Last time through, from here, from that transition note, we're going to go up to the D. And that's where he's singing, "Would you help to sing, see G, these songs of freedom." So G, C, D. Then down to the E minor, C, D, G, C, D, G. And then back into the verse. Every verse, the first verse, it just goes down to the A minor each time. for the first three measures of the first verse. And the last measure of the first verse, it does go up to D. But every verse after that, the first measure of the verse goes down to A minor. And then every second time, it goes up to the D. And then into the chorus again. She helped to sing. And then it goes down to the E minor, C, D, G. And then there's a bridge in there where he's going to E minor, and he's basically playing the E minor C D part for a couple measures. But when you play that E minor, what you're going to want to do is mute the E minor on and off. So what I'm doing there is basically, you'll notice my fingers are lifting off on and off of the frets. So sometimes you'll hear those two notes from the E minor chord. You'll hear them ringing. Other times you'll hear them being muted. So there's just kind of on and off there with the rhythm. And the other thing I'm doing is palm muting at the same time. So as my pick is hitting those strings, my palm is resting on the strings, just above the bridge. And that's muting the notes at the same time. So as my left hand is kind of coming on and off the frets, I'm also palm muting down here, just for the E minor chord. And then the C and the D, you can just play those notes. You don't mute those so much. But for the E minor chord, that's try to get down that muting, both in the left hand coming on and off the fret, and in the right hand palm mute. So practice that, and those are pretty much the whole sections of the song. And then the ending, you hear him go from C, the B transition, to A minor, and he holds it on A minor. And then you'll hear him at the very end. What he's going to do is you're going to hear this note. You're going to hear that chord. And then it just stops like that. And what he's doing there, he's playing the A minor, but with your fourth finger. Put your fourth finger on the second fret of the first string. So you're playing F sharp. Okay? Along with your A minor chord. And then the last time, when you hit that note at the end, and then silence the strings, you just mute them. Don't let those strings ring out, and just kind of ends the song abruptly. There's kind of a nice little ending to the song there. So that's pretty much the whole song. You got the opening lick, your verse, your chorus, and then the ending, and then there's the bridge part in the middle where you're muting. So put those pieces together, and that's the song. So good luck.